I grew up in the Boulevard, Fourth Ward area that's around the church. Boulevard and Angier at the time, it was a very bad neighborhood. A lot of killings, a lot of drug dealings. As a child, I thought it was something that I just had to survive and just grow into and learn. It was pretty normal, and my mindset just feeling like, hey, I just got to learn to fit in. You know, I got to learn to grow into a space where I know that I can thrive and I can be safe as a young man. A lot of things I've seen my friends go through, just smoking, you know, even watching some sell drugs. There were some happy times, but there are also, even as female friends, you know, a lot of sexual activities. I had all these younger siblings in the house. I didn't really put myself in a situation of smoking, or I've got into fights, but that was just me having to show I wasn't no punk on the streets. I just looked at my household and I thought that, nah, I'm gonna do better. Out of 10 friends, I would say around like probably 7 or 8, you know, that's still on Boulevard at this time. Still doing what they were doing, smoking, you know, drinking, and to them having a good time by worldly standards. So when the church came and knocked at my door, you know, I thought it was annoying at first because, you know, it was always a group of people that were interrupting what I was doing at the time. But I would say that it slowly started to change. Like, I slowly began like speaking to them. Like, I even wanted to preach to them, to whatever they were talking about. It felt like I was loved when they were coming through to the home. I wasn't wanting to come to church. It was my mom who pushed me, and she always was like, hey, come on, get up for church, stand up for worship, you know, go to youth, try it out. I feel like that change happened around when I would say 2019. Pastor Clarence just became youth pastor. You know, I really wasn't too interested in youth before, but he became youth pastor, and my mom, she just decided like, hey, like, you need to go in there. He was just a good mentor to just push me in that time of life. And at that time, like, I felt like I didn't have a good father figure at the time mentally. He really filled those holes that I wasn't able to fill at home. God has just given me so many great mentors that a kid that was my age would be lucky to have. Now I go out for outreach on Thursdays, and sometimes I help John lead. I'm a youth leader, and I help in pre-K when I am needed, and I'm also in elementary. But also, I now lead van routes, and that's been a blessing for me to just be able to just help people get to church. I know Jesus wants us to go out and evangelize and plant seeds, and as I do that on Thursdays outreach, I feel like it's a blessing to do that, to just go pick people up and give them an opportunity to learn a sermon or be able to have a seed planted in their heart. Right now I work at the fire department. A lot of people in the church push me to just succeed, and I felt like at the time, like, I didn't know what my God dream was. I didn't know what to do coming out of high school, but just having a church that was just so supportive of my decisions and just giving me scripture and just giving me knowledge of how legit God will always take care of his children. Like, I'm not ever gonna forget that. That's just what I've always been told here. God is gonna take care of his children, and I'm gonna have that faith.